Here's something that doesn't quite add up at first glance. A guy who scored over 20 points a game for 2 seasons in a row, and yet nobody seems to want him. No bidding war, no buzz, just a quiet move to Milwaukee where he's barely seeing the floor. And when you hear that, your first thought is probably why? Because scoring is literally the most valued thing in basketball. So what's the problem? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna get into, because the answer says a lot about what actually makes a player valuable in today's NBA. The short version is this: Cam Thomas scores, but he scores hard, like unnecessarily hard. To be an elite shot creator, you need either elite athleticism, elite quickness, or a handle so sharp that defenders genuinely don't know what you're about to do. Guys like SGA and Nikola Jokic get to wherever they want on the floor almost effortlessly. Thomas doesn't have that same toolkit. He's on the smaller side for his position, he isn't the quickest, and his ball handling doesn't make up for it, so he ends up fighting for every single shot. His shooting efficiency reflects that, sitting below average for a guard who's supposed to be a scorer. He's working twice as hard for results that other players get more easily. What makes it genuinely frustrating is that there's a smarter version of his game just sitting there waiting to be used. When Thomas moves off the ball, using screens, cutting to the basket, playing within the offense, he's actually pretty effective. The problem is, he doesn't see himself that way. He sees himself as the guy who creates shots, runs the pick and roll, makes things happen with the ball in his hands. So he ignores the cuts, he passes up easy looks chasing harder ones, and he slows down possessions at exactly the wrong moments. When Steve Nash tried pushing him towards a simpler, more team-friendly role, Thomas reportedly just said, "It is what it is." That response kind of tells you everything. Teams aren't just counting points, they're looking at how those points happen and what a player does when they don't have the ball. Right now, even on a Milwaukee team that desperately needs scoring, Thomas is barely getting 20 minutes a game. The talent is real, but the self-awareness isn't quite there yet. And until he starts playing the game that actually fits him, rather than the one he imagines for himself, his opportunities are going to keep shrinking. It's a tough spot to be in, and honestly, a pretty avoidable one.